Today, we're reading Pete the Cat, Rocking in My School Shoes. Here comes Pete, strolling down the street, rocking red shoes on his full furry feet. Pete is going to school, and he sings this song.
I'm rocking in my school shoes. I'm rocking in my school shoes. I'm rocking in my school shoes.
I'm rocking in my school shoes. Pete is sitting at his desk when his teacher says, "Come on, Pete, down that hall, to a room with books on every wall." What did he write? Pete the Cat. Just don't write in capitals, write in lowercase. And the bird is there. Where's Pete going? The library. Pete has never been to the library before. Does Pete worry? Goodness, no. He finds his favorite book and sings his song.
I'm reading in my school shoes. I'm reading in my school shoes. I'm reading in my school shoes.
Check out Pete. He's ready to eat in a big noisy room with tables and seats. Where's Pete? The lunchroom. It can be loud and busy in the lunchroom. Does Pete worry? Goodness, no. He sits down with his friends and sings this song.
I'm eating in my school shoes. I'm eating in my school shoes. I'm eating in my school shoes.
I'm eating in my school shoes. Pete and his friends are playing outside on the green grassy field with swings and slides. Where's Pete? There are cats playing football in my playground. There are people playing football like every day. And when I'm going out, I have to dodge the balls. The playground. Kids are running in every direction. Does Pete worry? Goodness, no. He slides and swings and sings his song.
I'm playing in my school shoes. I'm playing in my school shoes. I'm playing in my school shoes.
All day long, Pete sings his song. Is that the day when it's music class? I love it when it's music class.
I'm singing in my school shoes. I'm painting in my school shoes. I'm adding in my school shoes. I'm writing in my school shoes.
When school is done, Pete rides the bus home. Pete's mom asks him, "Did you do at school today?" And Pete says,
I was rocking in my school shoes. I was rocking in my school shoes. I was rocking in my school shoes. I was rocking in my school shoes.
I was rocking in my school shoes. I was rocking in my school shoes. And I'll do it again tomorrow, 'cause it's all good. Hello! Today we're reading a Halloween book. A witch book. Winnie the Witch. Ah! God! She has a frog in her pocket! Oh no! Ah! It's so creepy! There's a frog in her pocket! Winnie the Witch lived in a black house in the forest. The house was black in the outside and black on the inside. The carpet was black, the chairs were black, the bed was black, and had black sheets and black blankets. Even the bath was black. Winnie lived in her black house. Without Cat Wilbur, he was black too. And that's how the trouble began. Bum, bum, bum. When Wilbur sat on the chair with his eyes open, Winnie could see him. She could see his eyes anyway. But when Wilbur closed his eyes, Winnie couldn't see him at all. So she sat on him. Oh no, Winnie the witch has broken her magical wand. When Wilbur closed his eyes, Winnie couldn't see him, so he tripped on him. One day, after a nasty fall that something had to be done, she picked up her magical wand, once an abracadabra. He was bright. He was a black cat no longer. He was black-green. Ah! Oh no, he's black-green. And Wilbur sat on a chair. Winnie could see him. Except on the floor, Winnie could see him. Benny could see him when he stepped on the bed, but Will allowed to sleep on the bed. Winnie came. So Winnie put him outside in the grass. Came hurrying along, tripping over 3 somersaults and fell into a rose bush. Wilbur sat outside the grass. Winnie couldn't see him, and his eyes were wide open. This time Winnie was furious. He took one word 5 times and abracadabra. Wilbur had a red head, yellow body, a pink tail, and 4 purple legs, but his eyes were still green. Now he could see. When he sat in the chair, when he lay on the carpet, when he crawled into grass, climbed on top of the tall tree. Wilbur climbed the tall tree to hide. He looked ridiculous, and he knew it. Even the birds laughed at him. Squawk, 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 squawk. Wilbur was miserable. He stayed on that tree all day and all night, but still on the tree when he was worried. She loved Wilbur. He didn't to be whispered. Then Winnie had an idea. She waved her magic hand and abracadabra! Black cat once again. Then Winnie waved again and again and again until the black couch had a yellow house with a red roof and a red door. The chairs were white with red and white cushions. The carpet was green with pink roses. It was blue with pink white sheets and pink blanket. The bath was a gleaming white, and now Winnie can see Wilbur no matter where he sits. That's a nice ending. And at least her house is colorful now. And there's Wilbur. And there's Winnie. And there's their washing. Today we're reading The Bad Kitty Does Not Like Candy. But wait, he's holding up a sign that says, "Yes, I do." Kitty is hungry. Here's some fish, Kitty. Kitty does not want fish. Here's some beef, Kitty. Kitty does not want beef. Beef? For Kitty? What do you want, Kitty? Kitty wants candy. You cannot have candy, Kitty. Candy is not good for cats. Here's some mousse, Kitty. Kitty does not want mousse. Kitty wants candy. Here's a walrus, Kitty. Kitty does not want walrus. Kitty wants candy. She has never eaten candy before. So why does Kitty want candy? Because Kitty thinks the candy looks so very sweet and tasty. Kitty does not want a little candy. Kitty wants to eat all the candy in the world. Here's a turnip, Kitty. Kitty really does not want a turnip. Kitty really wants candy. Now Kitty is angry. Kitty decides to take the candy. Kitty decides to take the candy. No, Kitty, stop. Candy is not good for cats. Oh no. Oh no. The kitchen supplies are spilling. The orange juice is spilling, and the oranges are spilling, and the toast is out of the toaster, and the apples are falling. But somebody has to clean up. Kitty eats the candy anyway. The candy is sweet. The candy is tasty. The candy is also sticky. The candy is very sticky. Kitty's mouth is stuck. She cannot open her mouth. We told you candy is not good for cats, Kitty. Oh no. Sometimes, Kitty, you can be a very bad kitty. Now they're saying it's dinner time and Kitty's hungry. What should you eat? Fish? No. Beef? Ew. Octopus? Gross. Kitty knows exactly what she wants. Candy, and nothing will stand in her way. No, I don't. Now she doesn't like candy, so she's holding up a sign that says, no, I don't. Pete the cat did not feel happy. Pete the cat had never, ever been grumpy before. Pete had the blue cat blues. Why? 'Cause it's raining? I know cats hate water. But hasn't it rained before? Then why would he feel blue now if it's rained before? And what if it's rained? It must have rained before. So why be blue now? Maybe because he was gonna go to the skate park on his super cool skateboard. Or something. Then, as if things were not bad enough, along came Grumpy Toad. Grumpy Toad was never happy. He always wore a frown. But Grumpy Toad was not grumpy today. He said,
these cool blue magic sunglasses make the blues go away. They help you see things in a whole new way.
Really? Magic sunglasses? But they look really cool. Pete put on the cool blue magic sunglasses. He looked all around. Right on! The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining, I'm feeling all right. Pete thanked Grumpy Toad for the cool blue magic sunglasses. He went on his way and he soon saw a squirrel. Squirrel did not look happy. Pete said, "What's wrong, Squirrel?"
I'm so mad! Nothing is going my way. I only found one acorn today.
Pete said, "Try these cool blue magic sunglasses. They help you see things in a whole new way." Squirrel put on the cool blue magic sunglasses and looked all around.
Awesome! The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining, I'm feeling all right.
Pete said goodbye to Squirrel and continued his way. Soon he saw his friend Turtle. Turtle did not look happy. "What's wrong, Turtle?"
Pete asked. I'm so frustrated. Nothing is going my way. I am all upside down today.
Oh, poor thing. And look, slow crossing because of the turtle. And there's a turtle on that. Pete said, "Try these cool blue magic sunglasses. We see things in a whole new way." Turtle put on the cool blue magic sunglasses and looked all around.
Far out! The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining, I'm feeling all right.
Pete kept rolling along till he saw Alligator. Alligator did not look happy. "What's wrong?" Pete asked.
Nothing is going my way. No one wants to play with me today.
Pete said, "Try these cool blue magic sunglasses. They help you see things in a whole new way." Alligator put on the cool blue magic sunglasses and looked all around.
Rockin'! The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining, I'm feeling alright.
Pete was rolling along and feeling all right when suddenly he fell back. The cool blue magic sunglasses went crack. Uh-oh, Pete didn't know what to do without those sunglasses. Just then, Pete looked up at the tree when wise old owl said,
Pete, you don't need magic sunglasses to see things in a new way. Remember to look for the good every day.
Pete looked around without his sunglasses. Too cool! The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining, we're feeling alright. That's the end of this book. The moral is, you don't need anything to see things Anyway, you just have to be optimistic and look for the good things all the time. Today, we're reading I Hate My Cat. How dare he? Ginger is the weird one. She plays with peas, purrs at artichokes, and speaks to pigeons. She likes mint because her eyes are mint and chicken, but only the neighbor's chicken. Oh no. Shoes amuse her, especially my shoes, and she only drinks water from this sink. Sometimes when she feels like it, she'll leave me a little present on the floor. Fred is the lazy one. He sleeps most of the time on sweaters, probably white ones. When he isn't sleeping, he likes to rest on towels, obviously white ones, or in the sink. We share the covers and the newspaper. He is friends with the vase and the side table, but not the vacuum cleaner. He disappears whenever I turn it on. He thinks he's good at hiding, and then nobody can see him. Sometimes he plays tricks on me. They're just relaxing. Then suddenly she scratches. Then she gets up on the table and she puts her head in the bin. And then he grabs the cat, a slipper falling off. So you see a sock, and then the cat goes on the table. Sometimes he plays tricks on me. It's just not fair. And then they get onto the table, spill the coffee, spill everything, and put cat prints everywhere. They can't take it anymore. I yell, "Stop it!" Cat prints everywhere. A total mess. By evening, I leave treats in their bowl to apologize. But when I go to sleep, they still having to pee. Then I turn off the light. In the dark, I feel something move. Brammer. Something heavy. They're forgiving me. Oh, how I hate them. Pete the cat, I love my white shoes. I used to watch this show when I was younger. And here we see some shoes. Red shoes, yellow shoes, purple shoes, and green shoes. I want the red shoes and the purple shoes. I want to wear them both. And there's Pete the cat. I Love My White Shoes by Mr. Eric, illustrated by James Dean. Pete the cat was walking down the street in his brand new white shoes. Pete loved his white shoes so much, he sang this song.
I love my white shoes. 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 I love my white shoes.
I love my white shoes. Oh no! Pete stepped in a large pile of strawberries. What color did it turn his shoes? And there's the bud. How could you step in a pile of strawberries and not notice till you're on the top of the pile? Red. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. He kept walking along and singing his song. Everything is cool.
I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes.
Oh no! Pete stepped in a large pile of blueberries. How could you not notice you stepped in a pile of blueberries till you're on the top of the pile? What color did it turn his shoe? Blue. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. He kept walking along and singing his song. Awesome.
I love my blue shoes. 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 I love my blue shoes.
Oh no! Pete stepped in a large pile of mud. What color did it turn your shoes? Brown. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. He kept walking along and singing his song. Groovy.
I love my brown shoes. 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 I love my...
Oh no! Pete stepped in a bucket of water. How could you not notice there was a bucket of water until you step into it? And all the brown, and all the blue, and all the red were washed away. What color were his shoes again? White! But now they're wet. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. He kept walking along and singing his song.
I love my wet shoes. 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 I love my wet shoes.
The moral of Pete's story is, no matter what you step in, keep walking along and singing your song. Because it's all good. And look, the shoes again. And there's the bird again. And there's Pete again. Well, that was a really good book. And the author was right about the moral. Pete the cat falling for autumn. It's the first day of fall and Pete the cat is feeling blue. I like summer better, he says. In summer I can swim and surf and play at the beach. Maybe you just need to remind yourself of the things you love about autumn. Mum suggests. Pete says, I'll try. Pete finds Grandma in the kitchen. She's baking delicious pumpkin pies. The whole house smells sweet and spicy. Pete loves helping Grandma bake pumpkin pie, but he loves helping eat it even more. After the baking is done, Pete picks up a squat orange pumpkin from the counter, sips it into his backpack as a souvenir. Next, Pete heads to the town corn maze. Pete and his friends wander through long, twisty paths made of tall corns. The best part of the corn maze is getting lost and having to start over again. After he leaves, Pete plucks a golden corn knob from the maze and places it inside his backpack. Then Pete visits Grandpa, who is knitting on the porch. Pete uses the knitting needles to knit the yarn into cool patterns. When he's done, Pete uses a little ball of leftover yarn and places it inside his backpack. Next, Pete goes into the hayride at the park. Pete, Bob, Mom, Dad, and Grandpa all pile into a wagon filled with hay. Then they go on a bumpy wagon ride around the park. Woohoo! Pete shouts. At the end of the ride, Pete grabs a handful of sweet-smelling hay from the wagon and stuffs it into his backpack. Pete heads over to the apple orchard, where he and Callie go apple picking. They eat sweet apple donuts and drink hot apple cider and fill their bucket with apples of all different shapes and sizes. Before he leaves, Pete chooses a round red apple and drops it into his backpack. Next, Pete stops by the park. He plays touch football with Bob and their friends. Pete scores a touchdown and everyone cheers. Woohoo! After the game, Pete grabs Bob's football and stuffs it into his backpack. It barely fits. Bob won't mind if I borrow this, Pete says. Finally, Pete heads back home, but he stops in his front yard, which is covered in bright leaves falling from the trees. Pete helps his dad rake the leaves into big, colorful mounds. And then Pete runs and jumps into all the leaf piles. After he's done jumping, Pete picks a bunch of red, golden, and orange leaves and stuffs them into his backpack. His backpack is bursting with fall souvenirs. He can't wait to show Mom. I love autumn, Pete says. Wonderful, says Mom. You know, they would make great decorations for Thanksgiving. So Pete helps Mom fill a basket with all his mementos. They place the basket at the center of the table. You did a great job, Pete. It's beautiful, said Dad. Is that my football? Asked Bob. Just then, the doorbell rings. Ding dong! The Thanksgiving guests are here. All of Pete's family and friends gather around the dining room table. They tell stories and laugh at jokes while they eat. Everyone's having a great time. Pete looks around the table and smiles. He loves lots of things about autumn, but Pete knows what he loves most all year long. His family and friends. Meg and Mug. Once upon a time, there was a witch named Meg. I thought the witch was called Meg. She got up to bed to dress for the spell party. Ooh, spell party. I love parties. Dun 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 dun. Let's get ready to go to the party. She put on her black stockings, her big black shoes, her long black coat, and her tall black hat. La Moggy, mama. She went down the stairs to cook breakfast. In the kitchen lay her big striped cat Mog. He was fast asleep. Clip clop, clip clop, clip clop, clip clop, clip clop. She trod on Mog's tail. She took out the cupboard 3 eggs, bread, cocoa, milk, a kipper, and jam. She put it all in a cauldron and stirred it up. Yum yum. There was plenty of breakfast for everyone. Yum yum. At 1 o'clock, she got her broomstick, her cauldron, and a spider, and flew up the chimney with Mog. In the sky, she met her friends going to the party. Jess, Bess, Tess, and Chris. Rhyming. They launched on a hill in the moonlight to make their spell. Each of them had bought something to put in the cauldron. This is what they put in: a frog, ew, a beetle, ew, a worm, ugh, a bat, ew, a spider, abracadabra. They stirred the coal, chanted their spell. Frog in a bat in a hat, slap, crackle, pop, and fancy that. Boom! There was a flash and a bang. Something had gone wrong. Bess, Jess, Tess, and Chris all changed into mice, and Mog chased them. I had to change them back. Pete the cat and his 4 groovy buttons. Pete the cat put on his favorite shirt with 4 big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much, he sang this song. 4.
My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons.
Pop! Oh no! All the buttons popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 3. Groovy. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song.
My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. My buttons.
Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 2. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing this song.
My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons.
Pop! Oh no. Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 1. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song.
My button, my 1 groovy button. My button, my 1 groovy to be button.
Pop. Oh no, the last button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? None. Pete cried, goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He looked down in his buttonless shirt. And what do you think he saw? His belly button. And he kept on singing his song.
My button, still have my belly button. My button, still have my belly button. My button, still have my belly button.
I guess it simply goes to show stuff come and go. But do we cry goodness no, we keep on singing. Buttons come and buttons go. Kitty has been busy. Now she wants to take a nap. Well, if I was a bit busy, I would just rest. I'd want some rest. But not Puppy. It's Puppy. Puppy wants to play. Whoa! But Kitty is awakened. Puppy wants to play baseball. Puppy wants to play basketball. Puppy wants to play soccer. Puppy wants to play chess. Even though Puppy does not know how to play chess. Me neither. Kitty does not want to play with Puppy. I don't think Puppy knows how to play soccer or baseball or basketball. Kitty does not want to play with Puppy. Kitty does not want to play baseball or basketball or soccer or chess. Kitty wants to take a nap. Poor Puppy. Kitty wants to play a game called sleep. The person who can sleep the longest wins the game. On your mark, get set, sleep! Too bad, Puppy loses the game. Oh no, he loses. But Kitty wins. Rest! Kitty doesn't like dogs. So he gives her a big lick of congratulations. And now she's wet with doggy slobber. Bad Kitty drawn to trouble. Now it's time to meet the author. My name is Nick Brule. I am an author, which means that I write books. In fact, I wrote this book. This one, the book you're reading right now. Now smell the book. The book you're holding. That's right, smell it. Does it smell like paper? That's how you know it's a book. If you're reading this book in an electronic device, please download an app that will make your book smell like paper. Then you'll know what I'm talking about. What? Do you think it would be so nice if you could see me? After all, I can see you, so I think it would be nicer if we could see each other. Like all children's book authors, I'm extremely good looking, but I'm not sure how you can see that for yourself. I know, I'll make a drawing of myself. Which means I do all the artwork, also known as illustrations in this book. I'm not sure if this is good enough. What to do? Hey, I know. I'll draw a mirror. Then I'll look into the mirror and you can see me. Both the author and the illustrator of the book. I can do anything I want. Hi there. That's the author. I can see you and you can see me. I told you I was good looking. Now stop staring at me. Ugly bugly. Did your mother tell you that staring at the good-looking people for too long can make you go colorblind? No, really? Well, that's what my mother always told me. Told me that watching too many cartoons would make me wet the bed. And boy, she was ever right about that. Although I do think the quart of orange juice I drank every night had something to do with that. Actual photo of Ufa in reception. Long flowing hair, awesome cool glasses, radiant smile, stylish striped mock turtleneck shirt, but matching pants not shown. Enough about my personal life. We have important work to do. This is a bad Kitty book, and we haven't even seen Kitty yet. I'm gonna start drawing Kitty now. You can draw Kitty with me if you want. I'll draw on the left, but I'll leave you enough room on the right so you can follow each step. If you're reading from a library book, you may ask your librarian first if you could draw from the pages. If you are reading from a digital copy of this book, go ahead and draw on the screen. Your parents will mind. Step 1. Draw her nose. Step 2. Draw her mouth. Step 3. Draw her elbows. No, wait, I mean eyes. Draw her eyes, sorry. Now draw the hair on her head. Are you exhausted yet? No. Really? Well, I am. I'm going to get a glass of water and come right back. Ah, that's better. You're still here? But I was gone for an hour. Don't you have homework or something? The only homework I have is reading. And I can do that whenever I want. Fine. Where were we? Now draw her ears. And finally, her whiskers. Hi, Kitty. You'll probably want to practice. Just photocopy pages 10 through 13 and I keep drawing her over and over. Just like I show you. Just don't tell my editor. He won't like this idea one bit. Let's see. Too late. My editor found out. Which one of you told me? Not me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. So who did it? Who told? Let's see now. Something's not quite right. I tried to draw Bad Kitty. Let's see now. Something is still not quite right. It's as if something's missing. But what can it be? We drew the eye. We drew that little tuft of white fur on her chest. Maybe she needs more elbows. No, that's not it. Okay. Chapter 2. Meet the character. We're lucky we already have character for our story. That's you, Kitty. Yes, you. You are someone who has a personality, and our story moves forward. We're gonna get to know you better. In fact, Kitty, you're not just any character. You're a protagonist, which is a fancy word. That means you'll be the most important character in this story. It's a bit like being the star of a movie. Bad Kitty, the star of the movie. Bad Kitty, the star of the movie. I thought you might like that, Kitty. Hi, I'm Terry the Turnip. No, not now, Terry. Go back, go back. Terry, don't worry about him, Kitty. That was just a little foreshadowing, which is when the writer drops little hints about what's going to come later in the story. Right now we need a setting, some place where your story can take place. Describing a setting is a great way to start the story. Maybe our story could be a great pirate adventure. In that case, we might set our story in the middle of the ocean. Is somebody gonna save Bad Kitty? Because we don't know if he can swim or not. Kersploosh! Oops, sorry about that, Kitty. Let me help you up. So ocean adventure was a bad idea. But don't worry, Kitty. We'll think of something. Maybe we could set our story in the jungle. Sure, we could exotic set in the wild and tamed forest of Africa. Strange plants, mysterious noises, and who scare dangerous beasts of prey. Roar! What's wrong, Kitty? Don't you like this setting? Hi, I'm Terry. Not now, Terry. Bye. Maybe we could set our story in the frozen north. That would be different. Or maybe a spooky graveyard. We just never seem to get tired of a good zombie story. Screech! You know what? We could use all three settings. In most stories, the settings change. But nah, we could sit with the same old settings we usually use in your story. Kitty, you're home. Oh, come on. Seriously? Things were just starting to get interesting. And Bad Kitty is probably relieved. You're a cat after all, Kitty. And cats usually lived inside the house. Sometimes it's important the setting matches the character to make a story believable. And to think that I gave up a baby mouse audition to be here. My agent is not going to be happy about this. Of course, a story doesn't always have to be believable to be good. Hi, sorry to interrupt, but has anyone seen my foot? Chapter 3, The Conflict. Now we have a protagonist, and we have a setting for our story. For our story. But a story isn't a story until something happens. But how do we make something happen? Let's think about our protagonist, Kitty. If we want to write a story about her, we need to get to know her better. Let's start by asking ourselves some questions about Kitty. What does Kitty like? What does Kitty not like? What makes her happy? What makes her angry? What is she afraid of? Asking questions like these about your protagonist is one of the most important things you can do when writing a story. Because when you do find the answers, you may just find your story. I know one thing that Kitty cares about. She likes food. So let's think about that. Hey, I know what you can do. Let's make a MacGuffin. What's that, you ask? A MacGuffin is a goal or desired object the character in the story really wants. In this case, I think Kitty would really want a big bowl of her favorite food, so let's give her some. Here's the problem. If we give Kitty the food, and then she can eat the food, then there won't be much of a story. What we need to do now is create a little conflict. Conflict is what happens when a character faces a problem or a challenge. Without conflict, a story would be very dull indeed. So let's not make it easy for Kitty to get what she wants. Sorry, Kitty, but you'll get to do fat. We decided that you need to eat less. Fat Kitty, do. But here's the good news. Our story is about to take shape. In fact, I think now we can give it a title. Fat Kitty goes on a diet. Well, doesn't this look like it would become a great story, Kitty? Aren't you excited as I am? You see, Kitty, often the conflict that the character like yourself faces can become the plot to a story. Plot is simply what happened in the story. The plot to this story will be about what happens when you don't get the breakfast you want. Uncle Murray, fun fact, the difference between plot and theme. Hi, Uncle Murray. I need some help with how to write a story. I'll do that, boss. To begin, what's a plot? A plot is what the story is about. Okay, then, what is a theme? A theme is what the story is about. Wait, what? Are you trying to tell me that the plot and theme into a story are the same thing? No, they're totally different. Well, kind of different. The plot describes what happens in the story, but the theme decides ideas or the message in a story. So what's the plot in a story? Well, the plot could be what happens with if he got to go on a diet and he doesn't get the food she wants. And the theme, well, you've been talking about lots of things, the character and setting a plot, stuff like that. The theme here is about writing stories. The plot would be Kitty going on a diet and all the goofy things are happy because of it. The theme would be the idea of using my story in a way of teaching kids how to write their own stories. Now you get it. Now do all stories need a plot and a theme? Well, all stories need a plot. If nothing is happening, it's not really a story. Story doesn't really need a theme to be a story. But a theme will always make the story more interesting. Thank you, Uncle Murray. Let's see how Kitty is getting on now. Well, that was certainly interesting. Wasn't it, Kitty? Oh, don't be like that. Turnip juice. Oh no, the bad Kitty strikes again. She spilled turnip juice. It's obvious you need to go on a diet, Kitty. Why, look how much weight you've gained recently. Trust me, you'll feel a lot better once you've lost a few pounds. Chapter 4, meet the antagonist. Now, soon, just be patient. Very few stories have only one character. They do exist, of course. But stories usually have more than one character because it's always interesting to see how a protagonist relates to the other character around. So I think the story will need at least one more character. I was thinking that we could add a new character who create a new theme for this story about the many benefits of healthy diet. How about a friendly talking Terror named Terry who promotes good nutrition and healthy eating? Hi, I'm Terry the Tern. I'm full of vitamins and nutrients. Maybe not. Maybe not. Forget that the conflict is critical to our story. A specific kind of character who add to our conflict. Let's produce the antagonist to our story. Hi, puppy. You get to be an antagonist in our story. Who's a good antagonist? You're a good antagonist. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Woof. Woof. Boy. Puppy, as the antagonist of the story, your role is to stand in opposition to the protagonist. That's Kitty. Often the antagonist is the character who acts as the obstacle between the protagonist and his or her goal, or MacGuffin. Okay, I'll make this easier. Puppy is the antagonist. Your job makes sure Kitty stays on her diet and doesn't eat any of the food that she wants. Let's think about this, Puppy. What would be the best way to keep Kitty from all of her delicious-looking cat food? Think hard, Puppy. Because Kitty can be very crafty. Think very, very hard. She's trying to get the puppy to not. What a great idea, Puppy. You can eat all the food. I can't think of a safer place to keep Kitty's food than inside your stomach. Kitty, are you alright? You suddenly don't look so well. Do you need to lie down? Don't worry. I'll quickly draw a pillow for you to fall onto. It's right there in front of you. Oops. Chapter 5, plot points. Gosh, Puppy, I can't wake her. Maybe you could try something? Slurp. Good job, Puppy. That did the trick. Welcome back, Kitty. You had us worried when you passed out like that. But you also did us a real favor. You introduced the first plot point to our story. A plot point is a moment or event when some sort in which your story can take a sudden or unexpected turn. A good story should have at least one point. Many stories will have lots of them. And we got one when you suddenly passed out. Well done, Buddy Kitty. Do you get it, Kitty? When you passed out, you gave us a point at which the plot changed. So while the plot of our story needs to be just about keeping you on a diet, now our plot can also be about recover from your terrible shock. There you go, Kitty. You'll feel better in no time. We should change up the title of our story to Bad Kitty is a sick little pussycat. Aww. Of course, the one thing you need to fully recover from is a nice, hot, steaming glass of delicious turnip juice. Not turnip juice again! Hey, what the? Let go of that. Kitty, give it back this instant. Oh, sometimes you can be such a bad kitty. Oh, I see. You're still happy with the plot of the story. Your story. Well, that's gratitude for you. Kitty, there's nothing you can do about it now. Look, we're already on page 78. Now what? You're packing? Why? Where are you? Oh, I get it. You're running away. That's mature. Bon voyage, Kitty. You're doing me a favor, you know. You're giving the story another plot point. See, we started a point about you becoming sick for the shop and going on a diet. Now you're adding the plot point of you decided to run away because you don't like your new diet. Seems like a pretty good story to me so far. But before you... here, let me get the door for you. But before you go, just one more thing. Look out for the giant octopus outside the door! Oh no! The whole neighborhood has been overrun with them. Bad Kitty versus the giant octopus. Wow, what a great title. I'd read a book like that, wouldn't you, Kitty? It just goes to show that anything can happen in a story. There's just one thing bothering me. It's the plural of octopus. Is it octopus or octopi? It's not octopi because the origin of the word octopus is not the same as adding an I to the end. So hence it is octopuses. Uncle Murray, fun facts. What's right? Octopuses or octopi? So Uncle Murray, which one is it? What are you asking me? We always ask you stuff like this. But this time you can look it up for yourself. How? By using a dictionary. Every writer needs to have a dictionary just for this kind of question. Say you don't know how to spell a word, look it up in a dictionary. Say you want to use a word in a story, but you're not sure if it's the right word, look it up in a dictionary. A dictionary is a very important tool for every writer. Cool. Is there any other important tools that you can recommend? Sure, every writer should also have a thesaurus. A thesaurus is a great book that helps you other words that mean the same thing. When you look up a word in a thesaurus, you find a lot of words that mean the same thing or something similar, and you can use these different words to make your story more interesting to read. Say I write this sentence: the book walked to the store. By using a thesaurus and looking up some of the words, I can also write the same sentence as the lad perambulated to the boutique. But sometimes the fanciest words aren't the best to use in your story, so be careful. With any other kinds of dictionaries? Sure, sometimes I use a rhyming dictionary when I'm writing poetry. You look up a word in the rhyming dictionary, you find all the other words that rhyme with it. So there are lots of words that rhyme with Murray, like hurry and blurry and curry, but there are a few different words that only a few words that rhyme with uncle. Carbuncle is one of them. Look it up in a dictionary, but don't do it on a full stomach. Trust me. Which brings a good point. Also, it could include some emotion in them. They could, for example, a story could be funny or sad or scary. Don't forget scary or scary. In fact, a good story should show more than one emotion in it, because your readers have more than one emotion. People are not just happy or sad or angry or scared. They could be all those things or a lot more. So your characters could have a lot of emotions too. By the way, a funny story can have sad parts if you want it to. Sad story can even have funny bits if you want. You can write your story however you want. That reminds me, the most important rule about writing stories. I'll tell you about it in a chapter I call "You Lousy Mutt." I've been looking for that. Chapter 6. The most important rule about writing stories. The most important rule about writing stories. Answer it, kid. Why are you answering me, kitty? Oh, that's right. You can't talk. Well, I can fix that. Thanks, kitty. I'm so glad you're interested. The most important rule to know about writing stories is easy. It's your story. That's right, dear reader. When it's time for you to write your story, that story will be yours and yours alone. Sure, I'd love to know. It means your story can have as many characters or protagonists or antagonists as you want. And you can have all those characters do or say whatever you want because it's your story. I love turnips! And you could give your story any setting, or as many settings as you want. By the way, that doesn't mean your setting can just be any place. You can set your story in any time that you want. So you can set it in the past, the present, or even in the future. Your story can have as much conflict or drama as you want. Your story can have as many plot points as you want. The point is that you're the one in control of your story. It's like I am here. Kitty, I'm so pleased that you're finally happy with your new diet. Turnips make me happy. I think your acceptance to your new diet is the perfect ending to this story. Really? Turnips? I never thought I'd hear you say that. Hi, strange kitty. You're just in time. You're about to give the story an ending. As you know, every story needs an ending. Oh, I see. Turnips make the world a better place. I could have given the story any kind of ending. I could have ended the story in case some sausage here to go to the hospital, but I didn't like that ending. I'm a big turnip fan. First, I could die for you'd been reading my diary. Turnips taste like lollipops. Really? Turnips? Did I hear someone mention turnips? Really? Turnips? I could have ended the story with Kitty running away and never be seen again. Or I could have been kidnapped by the octopus invaders and carried off to the dune. But I didn't like those endings either. Let's talk to Uncle Murray about endings. I bet he could tell us a few things. Hi, Chat. It wasn't Kitty. It was the brew guy. I'll never get tired of turnips. Meow, 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 meow. Did you know that the first jack-o'-lanterns weren't made from pumpkins but turnips? The Irish carved face into turnips to ward off a spirit known as Stingy Jack, who used a lump of burning coal placed inside the hollowed-out turnip to light his way in the dark. So interesting. Uncle Murray's fun facts. There are basically two kinds of ending. A closed ending and an open ending. A closed ending is where you end the story in such a way that nothing more can happen. An open ending is where you end the story but you leave a little something that can make the reader wonder if maybe it could happen. Well, that makes an open ending sound like it's not an ending at all. Okay, I'll give you an example. So you have a story about a handsome superhero. Let's call him Super Murray. And it's fought to fly, travel through time, turn invisible, shoot powerful laser beams out of his eyes. And the end of the story, Super Murray beats up the villains and saves the city. The villains go to jail. A really pretty lady falls in love with Super Murray, and everyone is safe. The end. Don't be a closed ending because there's no more story to tell. Now let's say instead the villain goes to jail. He escapes, and the last thing he says, "You won this battle, Super Murray, but tomorrow's another day." He leaps away with a menacing chuckle that sounds like ha ha ha. Unpleasant story still ends with Super Murray City, the pretty lady falling in love with him, and the villain being defeated. But now the reader is left to wonder about what the villain might do next. That is an open end. You've really been thinking about this a lot. Open endings are a great way to end a series, in which one story leads to the X, and then the whole series can have its own title, something like The Exciting Adventures of Super Murray, or, whatever. I'll read it. Thanks, Super Murray. Uncle Murray. Oh, great, the whole gang is here. You're all just in time for the end of the story. Kitty needs to lose some weight, so she went on a turnip diet. She didn't like it and got sick because of it. She even ran away, but the octopus invention convinced her to stay. And now she loves turnips more than anything. The end! I love the bad kitty. But wait. It's not the end at all. What? Oh, come on, Kitty. The story is over. There's nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. For now, you're a cat who loves turnips. Just accept it. Maybe next week you convince all the other kids turnip too. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Aw, turnips can be awesome. What's going on? Kitty, why are you looking at me like that? What are you thinking? Kitty? Oh no, the bad kitty, it's gonna escape. Ouch, I give support, Kitty. And my tibia. Why is it so dark, Kitty? I decided that there's another option. Epilogue. Cuff. Ouch. Well, Kitty, it's such a nice job. Gosh, it's dark in here. Such a nice job with your diet. So cold, very cold. You deserve a treat. Bon appetit, Kitty. I'll be seeking some medical attention now. The end. Yay! I loved the bad kitty and how at the end he actually changed the ending and he attacked the author.